Okay, so I'm back. So this is adding events. An event is something that is a yes or no answer. Um, so did I move the mouse? Yes. Where did I move it to? That kind of thing. Okay, so it's the event has, it's got two parts to it. It's got a condition, a yes or no, and then if it's yes, you do an action. If it's no, you don't do that action or you do a different action. Okay, so that's now where we're going to write the code and the pseudocode. All right, and it's really important that you understand a lot of this stuff. So even though I'm not going to read this to you, okay, it's really important that you understand it. So it runs from top to bottom. It doesn't jump around. It runs from top all the way down through the bottom. So if something's happening that doesn't seem in order, and it's very rare for you to notice it, but if it was really long code, you would. So you got to watch out for that. Make sure you do this in order. Okay. So are all the conditions met? Yes, then run all the actions. If not, you go to the next event, not including the sub-events, because the sub-events are dependent upon whether or not the conditions are met. So here's our first event. The event is checking for every single tick of the game. So every single tick of the game, there's 60 times per second. 60 times per second. That's like a 60 frame rate, right? Okay, so that's every tick. The player is going to set angle towards mouse.x, mouse.y. And I'm going to walk you through this process. Okay, so look here, look down here. Do you see my mouse moving around? So you can see my mouse is always moving to a new x and y. The first number is x, the second is y. You see how it's moving around? So what we're going to do is we're going to make the player always angle towards our mouse. Okay, so basically our mouse is going to become the target. So I'm going to double click, and then I'm going to come in here and, oh, wait, I'm sorry, go to the event sheet first. Now I'm going to double click and I'm going to make a new event, and it's a system overall game mechanics. And then I'm going to do every tick. I'm not going to scroll through. I'm going to look. I'm going to type it in. Tick. Okay, there it is. Now the action, if this is true, which it always is, every single second, 60 times a second, I'm going to do this. The player is going to angle towards, I'm looking how I see, set angle towards position. And that's what I want. Double click on it. Now here's get interesting. Mouse.x, you see that? Did you see that little pop-up drop down? Okay, mouse.y. So what's the name of my object? It's mouse, right? So mouse.x gets its x position. Mouse.y gets its y position. Sorry. Hit done. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause and cough my heart out, my lung. So now this is where it walks you through the process, okay? It's really important that you do take a look at this so that you're not missing any extra details in here. I don't think there are significant, but there's additional information that's valuable to you. So I really strongly recommend that you do this. Go through. And there we go. And this here, these are parameters. This is the parameters. So in order to do something, it needs information to do that thing. Those are called parameters. That's a fancy word for programming stuff, right? And there it is. We're all done, okay? And I'll be back in a minute.